over to Chief Meteorologist Rob Fowler for an update on when we can expect this storm to pass. Rob?
Hey, Sophia, as we saw behind you, the Beach Club cam, we want to show this to you because you can see the winds are really whipping. We've got white caps. The camera is moving. It's been a windy day, a lot of wind energy with this, even wind gusts of 50 miles an hour out at the airport just a little while ago. In addition to the fact temperatures have been warm, and going into today, we knew that we would have an enhanced risk of severe weather. We've been tracking this line, really the development all the way through the week, and on a scale of 1 to 5, generally a 3, and certainly something that we have to take note of, and we are. Meanwhile, at this point, there are no watches in effect for our part of the world, but you can see a tornado watch is not that far away, right along Interstate 95 until 10 o'clock, and there's the possibility a tornado watch could be extended into the coastal counties, and if that does happen, we'll certainly be there to let you know. But the reason that we're a little bit concerned for later on, you see this line right here, it's lining up right through Augusta, Georgia, right to Columbia, and extending up into North Carolina. This is the line that's going to arrive later on this afternoon, especially the evening into the nighttime hours. And once it reaches us, we think that will be the reason that we could see potentially some damaging winds and heavy rain. Ahead of the main line, we were also concerned about this batch of moisture, but this is just light to moderate rain, and that's good news. We needed that rain, not thunderstorms, but rain to kind of stabilize the atmosphere and settle things down ahead of the main line. And that appears to be what is happening, because these storms were forming out of Georgia but had a hard time holding their strength, and that's good news for us. But still, you can see how that line is coming together as the general line is moving from the southwest to northeast, but the whole area of rain slowly but surely is moving eastbound, and you can still see it lining up along that cold front, the dividing line between the very warm and moist air we've seen and the cooler, drier air that we will see as we head into tomorrow and the weekend. So here's our forecast model taking us into the 6 o'clock hour. The main line at that time still on the other side of Interstate 95. Here's 8 o'clock. I think by that time we'll start to see some of the impacts in the upper portions of Colleton County, upper Dorchester County, and maybe a possible thunderstorm ahead of the main line. Then this is the 11 o'clock picture, and at that time most of at least the heavier rains will be right over the Charleston area and then continuing to move offshore, and then we'll get a drier flow coming in on the other side as we get into overnight and Friday morning. Friday morning, still a few leftover showers even into the afternoon, but I think the key there will be things starting to dry out. So here is our impact board. Lightning, obviously keeping an eye on some of the storms out to the west. Flooding rain, still an elevated risk just because when these pockets of rain do move through, they could cause some quick flooding. Wind damage, that's our biggest concern. Large hail and tornadoes, not as high, but certainly the risk is still there. And the rain chance really ramps up as we get after 6 o'clock, 9 o'clock till about midnight is our highest risk of getting rain. We know the winds have been gusty right now. Winds gusting to 32 in North Charleston, 25 in Moncks Corner, 20 up around King Street. And the wind gust forecast is still, as we get through the afternoon, looking at winds maybe close to 40 miles an hour as that line gets closest to us. Here's our 7 o'clock look. That's when the line will be out to the west, but still windy ahead of it. And then finally, as the line pushes on through, the winds will come down, and that continues all the way into Friday morning. One thing to note, obviously a lot of moisture in the atmosphere, and that helps to fuel these storms. When you get dew points in the mid to upper 60s, close to 70, that means there's a lot of juice in the atmosphere that these storms can draw from, and that's why potential heavy rain is a real possibility. Let's head over to meteorologist David Dixon to kind of break down why we're having the threats and maybe why we won't have the big impact like a tornado. David, that's what we're keeping our fingers crossed about.
Yeah, we are paying very close attention to that. As Rob said, we have plenty of moisture in the atmosphere, but we don't have as much of the other ingredients that we need for severe potential. We definitely have plenty of that wind. You step outside, you know what I'm talking about. We're actually seeing wind gusts upwards of 50 miles an hour out the Charleston airport. What we don't have as much as is that energy that storms need to actually survive. So essentially what we're looking at is a limited amount of energy, but plenty of that wind that could lead to, well, as you can see, wind damage. Gusts up to 70 miles per hour, certainly possible. The greatest risk of that is going to be near 95. Hail chance is very, very low, and that tornado risk is low, but we can't ignore it because we have plenty of that shear, that spin of wind both higher up in the atmosphere and even at lower levels. And we want to pay attention to that, but might I add that tornado risk is much lower than previously anticipated because, as Rob said, those showers we saw earlier today did not actually perform as they should have and become a thunderstorm, thankfully. But Rob will have a much closer look at that coming up in his next forecast.